Checkity one, big vid is going. Checkity one, checkity two, checkity three, checkity four. Big vid is rolling. Here comes the little vid. Alright. And we've got little vid as well. What's up? My peepity peep peeps. How the heck is everybody? How the heck are you doing? So far, so good. Everyone hear everything okay? Hopefully. The bin man has a camera. Checkity one. What's up? I like it a lot. For those of you that may have missed it, the Fizalpha man has a camera. Ben and myself did a guest vocal on that Gabriel song, and boy, that was a lot of fun. Turned out pretty cool. You're kidding me. Just as we get going and my battery chokes, that's just not gonna wash. Let me swap this out here real quick. Today I am using a new guitar. This is a prototype from Strictly 7 Guitars. Hey, whoa. There we go. That'll blind you. Woo. And this is the guitar that they will have available on Amazon. So you'll be able to go basically to Amazon.com and buy this guitar, if you can believe that, which should be fairly cool. Now you will notice the pickups are slanted and the bridge is slanted. It's a custom Hipshot bridge, so the bridge is slanted and the pickups are slanted, and they're both active Duncans. And you'll notice that all the way up the fretboard, the frets are slanted. This is that fan fret guitar that I've been talking about, and you will notice the exotic woods on the neck. So this is the first fan fret guitar I've actually had much time to play. And I gotta say, I like it. I like it a lot. So yeah. These, I think, sometime coming up near Christmas, they're going to be... Hey, Rich! Here's our link. They're going to be on Amazon. I think they're going to cost around $2,000. Now this one is a little different. The prototype, you can see all the frets are crooked because they're fanned, but this is black. The ones that they're going to have available for sale are going to be sort of a well, it's going to be black, but it's going to show the grain of the wood, so it won't look just like this. But it should be cool. So far, I'm liking it. Now, the one thing that's different about this compared to my Ibanez 7-string... No, headstock cam. Aw, that sucks. The neck on this is a good bit thicker, partially because of the fretboard, than my just my regular 7-string that I'm used to. Like, here's my Ibanez 7-string. And here's this one. It's a little thicker. And it's a D shape instead of a C shape. So it's a much beefier feeling neck, but it's very flat on the back. So it's still fast, but it's a whole different ball game getting used to this guitar because so many things are different than my usual, Ibanez. But I'm digging it so far. Gonna make a vid. So let's get rolling and bowling, shall we? Let me see if I can hear the Ben Man. Look at him go, he's already going. Look at him go, he's already going. All right. So let's do a few stretches. If you've already stretched, you can skip this part. Let's do the other hand. Shake them out. Let's do a little finger yoga. Let's do the middle. All right. Now, today, I've made a series of workouts basically to help work on picking. I know this is a big shock. But believe it or not, yes, picking. So, let's take a look. Let me know if my video gets weird. Oh, I think I've got it maxed out with frames. There, I dropped the quality back a little bit. It looked like it's trying to drop frames on me, which I'm not into that. So let me know if that keeps up, because I'm not into that at all. Let's look at our first bit. Here's Curson. Curson! How you doing, man? So, this should be pretty simple and straightforward. Pretty easy peasy, hopefully. Best case. So, Mr. Ben, did you work out that guitar? Ben was talking to this guy about getting a hold of his Ibanez and selling one of his to sort of fund the cause, because gear acquisition syndrome never dies. It never fades. Cool. Good deal. Tell him to bring cash money. Cash. Alright, pretty simple to start with. Now, let's slow this down a little bit. This may confuse your picking hand a little bit, but probably not. So it's just a double open string and a note. So it's almost a pedal point type of lick. Now what I want you to get used to is leaving your hand planted, like we always talk about, on the bridge, and articulating as much as you can with your first finger and your thumb. Now, if at first it doesn't feel that smooth, it's totally okay. If it's like... Right? Yes, we will be moving it around. That's definitely actually right up on deck. But I just wanted to get the sort of gist of it down with everyone before we started moving it. But yeah, it works all over the place. That is a good question. And here's what I want to do. I want you to trust your fingers on this. I'm starting with the downstroke. Let me give you a close-up on my hand. So I'm starting with a downstroke, and then I'm basically just alternate picking the entire thing. So I'm starting with a downstroke and then alternate picking. But it doesn't have to be. If you want it to be an inside picking thing, start with an upstroke instead, and it can be more of an inside picking thing. So whatever your hand feels better doing is totally cool. As long as it, stays in sync. Either way is totally fine. Okay. So let me pull up a metronome here. Now what I'm curious about is if it feels uncomfortable one way, if it feels uncomfortable doing it outside, try doing it inside. Feels better, one way or the other. Just I'm curious how it feels for folks. So once we play it a few times, let me know. That's okay. If it wants to start with an upstroke, it's totally cool. All right, so try it with a downstroke, and then try starting with an upstroke, and see what your hand says to you. Because honestly, either way is totally fine. All right, here we go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Now, let me know if I've started off way too fast. Because I started off at a good pace there, because you guys are all pretty experienced players. Is that smooth? Can you keep that lick smooth without, jumbling up the pick strikes? With this type of lick, every now and then, you'll throw one strike in that's, weird, and it'll throw it off. Which is totally okay, but you'll get used to it. And I have turned my mini light all the way up, so now I'm blinding myself. Because this black guitar, it absorbs light. I've got as much light on me. I mean, I'm going blind in here. And this guitar, literally, it barely even reflects light. It's like a black hole. It's like it can't get enough light on this guitar. Hello, guest. Here's our link up on in. All right, so what do you think? Is this lick okay? Is it smooth at that speed? Or is it a little too fast? Smooth! Okay, here comes faster. Here's 140. One, two, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Faster! How comfortable! Oh, about the axe, this is very comfortable. Watch this. You see where the frets are bending? I don't know if you can see it even because it absorbs light. When you lay your hand down, your fingers actually just lay naturally with the bend of the frets. So I didn't expect it to be this comfy, but it actually works out real well. And when you go up toward the top, the frets bend this way. And when I move up toward the top, my fingers bend that way. So it's like almost vertical in the middle, and it leans that way towards this end. So this thing is much more comfy than I thought. I actually would love to have this. I want to try one of these scalloped, like with a scalloped fretboard, and I'd like to try it with like an Ibanez Wizard type neck, you know. So Ibanez makes an 8-string scallop, which that I'm gonna try. That'll be probably my last 8-string. If that doesn't work for me, then I'm just gonna call 8 strings a day and just say, yeah. It's just a 7-string guitar, so it's standard tuning, and the low string is a B. Just like a regular 7. All right, let's speed up again. I think these are going to be like $2,000 in the Amazon store. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, is that holding together? If so, you're doing a very fine job on your pick control. Gonna go up a little more. Here's 180. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello, Slickster. How you doing, man? Hop on in. Here's our link. We're just going crazy. Who wants to give me a demo? What about Ben? Ben demo. All right, I'm gonna turn my mic down and listen to Ben. By golly, I think he's got it. How you doing, Slickster? So far, so good. Hop on in. What about you, Fazalfa man? You want to give us a demo? Are you feeling the vibe? There he goes. All right, I'm gonna listen to Fazalfa. Mr. Fazalfa man, you may be pushing the speed a bit far. It's almost heading into a blur. I mean, 200 is probably plenty fast. Let's go to 200. Here's 200. start with an up or a downstroke, either way. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, hold on. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. But honestly, you don't need to play it that fast. Even playing it slowly will let you get a good handle on your picking and keep your back side of your palm, keep it planted. Don't let it drift. All right. That's sort of the point of what I'm trying to show you on this. Alrighty, tell you what, let me throw another log on the fire here, another variation at ya, which should be cake and pie. You'll be thinking, boy howdy, this variation is so easy, so simple, such a cakewalk. Here we go. This will be part B, of course. And just like part A, you can start, 200 is a bit much. You can start with an upstroke or a downstroke. It's totally cool. Either way, follow your hand. Whatever your hand says, this is the way to go, then that's totally perfect. Okay. Here we go. Get ready to hit refresh on your notes. Ah, Fazalfa went black. He's gone into a black hole. Sort of like my guitar. Alright. Try that one more time, unless my video has frozen. Hopefully not. Uh-oh. Is it? Ah! My bad. I've not used ebony picks before, but I've heard good things about them. Some people really, really, really love them. But from what I hear, they have a nice, very rich tone. Hold on one second. Gosh, I'm going to blind myself with this friggin'... Whew. Trying to show the guitar has driven me blind. I can't even see the computer window screen. Un momento, por favor. Yep, here we go. The only thing I changed on A and B was basically the timing. Part A is in 3/4 time. Part B is in 4/4. So basically they just have a slightly different feel depending on how you play it. But that's all that really is. Let me put up part C. But there's very little swing in it. Here comes part C. Alright, now I'm going to make it a little bit more complicated. Not like crazy more complicated, but just a little bit more. Alright. Hit refresh on your notes. Take a look at part C. Okay, just barely more complicated. But for you guys, it'll be cake and pie. Now let me slow that down a little bit. So it feels just a little bit different. Not much. Don't let your fingers get confused, because they'll start trying to play the previous lick. Don't let them. Because I've added in just a slight variance. There's now, instead of every time going to 2 strikes on the open note, every now and then you'll go to 1 strike on the open note, and so that may throw your hand off at first. Okay? Because it's not symmetrical anymore. Right? So that's what I'm trying to throw in there, is now that you've gotten used to doing the open string twice each time, every now and then we'll do the open string just once. You can use either way. You can use inside or outside, whatever your hand says to do. So totally cool either way. Now if you start with an upstroke, you'll probably end up going back to outside picking even if you start with an upstroke. But give it a shot. If you combine some economic picking in the middle, you can probably still keep it inside picking. But I didn't tab how you should pick it on purpose, because as long as you can keep it smooth, it's okay how you pick it any way you want. It's totally fine. The only thing I want you to be able to do is to find a way to pick it that is smooth, right? Even if you have to search slowly to find it, because this is the kind of lick that will make your hand stumble a little bit and like fumble on notes. So that's sort of why it's written this way, is to let you find how you want to pick it. Let's start slowly, because I know compared to the last one, this one feels a little weird. Probably too fast. All right, let's try that. So 80 beats a minute, nothing too crazy like shred fast. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. do you think? I'm going to listen in a little bit and turn down my mic. Sure, click on Fazalva. I like it a lot. Very nicely done. That's totally it. And it's real important on this to keep a solid mute so you don't let any of the notes ring out, especially the open string. So yeah, very nice. Just keep a nice solid mute like that. Ben, how about you? Ben Demo. Look at him go. He's a crazy man.
Go.
Nicely done. That's exactly it. I think everyone's got a good handle on this, even though it's a little more weird. Man, this thing, I swear, I'm looking at it, unless the camera, unless a light is directly hitting it, you can't even tell there's pickups on it. It's like it's just flat black. It just looks like a slab of black. All right, I tell you what, let's speed up a little bit. Here we go. Here's 90. Here we go. Not like that. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slickster's right. I would have to put on glasses to see this thing. All right, I'm going to speed it up. Here's 110. Hang on for your dear life. 1, 2, 3, 4. For some reason, that felt a lot faster. Let me try just 100. Let's try 100. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now tell me, what speed does it fall apart at? Or is it still below or where it falls apart? What do you think? How are you guys feeling? Faster? Could it go faster? 110 started to feel brisk. Let's try 110 again. Here's 110. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we still good there, or is that starting to push the edge? Here's 120. Let me know if this works. 1, 2, 3, 4. right, is that probably past the edge of reason? $120 is a bit fast. I'll tell you what I want to do. Let's move it around. Let's go back to 110. Okay, let's play it. Play it just like before. Start at the root note. Go down a whole step. Go down a whole step. Go down a half step. So, okay. All right. So the same thing, just go down whole step, and then a half step. Okay. So let's try at 110. Let me know if 110 is too fast. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that too brisk? Let me slow down. Here's 100. Try one more time. Here's 100. 1, 2, 3, 4. I jacked it up myself. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. What do you think? How's that? Is that speed okay, or is that still too fast? Better around 100? Okie doke. Okay, I tell you what. It's good, fast. That's what's keep it at 100. Try and loop it. Loop it just twice, okay? So go all the way down and then come all the way back up, okay? Go back to the starting position. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's in D if you want to solo over it. All right, now did everyone make it all the way through, or did you get lost at any point? Can you play the whole bit all the way descending without your fingers getting sort of confused over each other? It takes a lot of concentration, and your brain almost wants to wander off because it's repetitive. So your brain is like, I don't have to think about this. And as soon as you quit thinking about it, you miss one of the strikes, and it sounds, messed up. That's what I noticed when I was playing it, is that I would sort of quit paying attention to it, and the minute I quit paying attention to it, it would fall apart. So it sort of focuses your attention. All right, he wants to give me a demo on this whole lick. How about Mr. Ben? Ben demo. Look at him go. I like it a lot. Now I saw that you were heading back down for the second pass, and I'm assuming that you were just showing that you could do it. We didn't need to hear the whole thing twice from you, but you can clearly play that, so that you've got that. How about Fazalfa Man? Is it working out for you? What do you think? Demo. Into a demo. No need to rush it, so you don't have to shred it. Just play it smooth and even. That's all I care about. All right, here we go. By golly, I think he's got it. Nicely done. All right, here's where it gets a little tricky. Go back to the first position, okay? First position on our neck that we started at, just position number 1. And try to double pick it. What block is this on? So I see the notes. It's on this block. See that link? Click that link. And we're on part C. C is in cool. Okay? So go back to the first position. Now, double picking this is going to get weird because not only do we have to take the open string, which was 2 strikes, becomes 4, we're doing this traversing thing too. So instead of it becomes see what I'm saying? See where I'm talking about the doubling? The doubling will get a little odd. So each time you were playing a single, you play a double. If you were playing a double, now you play a quad. Okay? Becomes... So... Okay? All right. Now let me know if that's just too bizarre. Take a moment. No rush. Let me find a good speed for us. This is difficult. You don't have to play it fast. It's totally cool. Let me see if this beat will work. That speed may be too slow. Alright, so let's try around 90 beats a minute. Let your hand get used to it for a second. I know you can do this. It only seems bizarre. Because we're combining a bunch of traverse picking with a bunch of double picking. Right? So I couldn't have made it much more difficult on your picking. But you guys can do this. Your hand will lock to it and eventually be like, oh, yes, got it. D better stand for the easy one. Yes! D is for the easy lick after this one, which is not in doubles. Very much singles. Now, the first 4 notes are the template for the rest of it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. That pattern is the whole thing. Right? Until we get to the single bit. Let's try it at 90 beats a minute. Play it slowly. See if your hands can sort of keep with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next week I'll have a better guitar. You got me giggling at myself and I can't play it now. Oh, I tell you what, let's try one more time. I tell you what, forget about moving it around. Just play it at first position. Just loop the first position. Double pick. Forget moving it around. Just the first position. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, that's only half the first position. Let's do the whole one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, it does get a little easier faster. Because just start your hand moving it. Right? And just a matter of holding it on the fret or not. Now, Rich, of course, wants to give us a demo of triples. But I'll take doubles. I was kidding about the trips. Trips might be a bit much. Wow. Oh. Bizarre. Don't even worry about that. Triples easier than doubles. Wow. Well then, hey, you want to give us a demo? Because I'd love to see it. I can't do it. Pentas. I'm not saying it's easy. All right, Ben demo. Ben demo. Turning me down, turning him up. By golly, he's got it. Nice. Nice. That was pretty happening, dude, I gotta say. So yeah, he's doing the triples better than the doubles. I thought the triples were bizarre. But well done. It's very cool. Yeah, the ending, totally boss. What about you? Anybody want to give me a doubles demo? Before we go to our D as in darn, this is easy lick. Sure. All right, here we go. Demo. Alpha Man. You're a crazy man. That sounds like quad picking almost. You may be going a little fast. Just a pinch, but I like your aggressive style. Let's check out Mr. Slickster. See if I can get Mr. Slickster's camera going here. Can you guys see Slickster? Doubles are way harder for everyone. This lick is really hard to play double picked. It's not just you, man. It's just incredibly hard to play. But makes a very good finger puzzle, as it were. So don't worry about moving it around, especially until it starts making more sense. Why can't I see the Slickster man? I can't see anybody. My student cameras have died. Can you guys still see my small cam? I hear you, Slickster. Go for it. I'll turn me down.
Oh God, sorry. I didn't know it was being recorded. I didn't know it was being recorded. It's all good.
Give it a shot, man. You want to give it a demo? Singles, doubles, either way? Don't worry about the lag. I just heard you go. I liked it. Think he's got it. By golly, there you go. Welcome, guest 8135. There's our link. Okay, so don't get stressed about this lick. Take this home, turn this into your warm-up lick of the week to try and get this down as a double pick lick. Your picking will thank you. It doesn't have to be fast. It can be. Now, as Ben just demonstrated, you could pick it in thirds, but personally, I found that nearly impossible. But Ben seemed to do it pretty darn well. And as you get more and more familiar with it, it'll speed up. Alright, so, tell you what. I've killed you enough with this one. Let's move on to our easy lick. Hello, RGT for all. How you doing, man? Here is our link. All right, so go ahead and let your hands have a little bit of a break. We've sort of killed them for a little bit. Now we're going to have a nice, easy one, okay? A nice, easy demo. So prepare yourselves for something very laid back, sort of like a kumbaya type of lick. You know, that sort of thing. Yes, got to hit the doubles. So that was part C. Here comes part D. And D, of course, stands for darn, that's easy. So get ready for the darn, that's easy. Which everyone is ready for, I'm certain of it. By popular demand, darn, that's easy. Now, this does involve a pinky. So, it's an easy lick, but with a pinky. But the good news is, you already know most of the lick. All we're doing is adding just a little scotch. A little bitty, like micro, little bitty thing onto the very end of the lick. Just to make it a little more fun. Because that's our entire goal. Fun. So prepare for fun. All right. Okay, so hit that. Let's take a look at part D. As in, darn, this is easy. See, it's so easy, it's the same thing. Actually, part D is just moving it down the neck, which we've already done. So it's that easy. You've already done it. See? That's how easy it is. Now that's easy. You've already done the lick. It's so easy. Okay, now let me throw something else at you while we're here. I'm going to throw part E up there. Now E, of course, stands for easy. So prepare for easy. So you've already moved it up and down the neck. And that was totally easy. Now we're going to throw a pinky in there. Just for fun. All right. Hit refresh on your notes. Now E is for easy. All right, let me slow this down a little bit for you. It's very simple once you get it. Let's take it one section at a time. So let's take the first section. Okay, so we're just playing inside the scale here. Now, I've changed it from being a strict alternate picking lick to being more of an econ picking lick, right? So I want you to try and leverage your economic picking in here if you can. So let me close up on my hand a little bit. Very easy. See how I'm doing econ? So I'm trying to use 2 downstrokes in a row wherever possible. So I'm combining my downstrokes. So here we've got traverse picking with econ picking. Now, this is in 3 positions. But let's worry about just position 1 for now. Just the first bar. So, musically, it makes a lot of sense. We're in D, and the whole rhythm is like a counterpoint thing. Da 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 da. Right? It's almost a waltz, but done very fast. Don't stress. Take a moment. Let's just worry about this first section. And let's not shred it. We don't have to shred it. Let's just play it slowly and in control. All right. Let me check out Mr. Ben. Perfect. See how easy? Totally easy. All right, let's do it together. Let's go about 80 beats a minute. Is that too fast? Let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Later. All right. So, how about you, Fazalfa man? Is it working for you? Laborious. It's only a little. You got it? You're too tired. Your drum kit may be throwing you off. It may be easier just to count it in your head. You're getting it. Now there is a little bit of almost a swing feel to it because of the way the notes follow each other. That little thing. Okay, tell you what. Let's try and add the next position to it. Okay, so go down a whole step. I tell you what, let's add both. Go down a whole step and then down another whole step, okay? 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's the whole thing on loop. RGT4 All's got a camera. Let me see. Ben, even though it's the same pattern, to get thrown off and changing position. Yeah, that's totally normal. Because it's sort of odd timing, the position change will throw you off. Focus on moving between just 2 positions. Don't worry about all 3. Just go back and forth. I'm not able to do a simple palm mute. Sure you can. I've heard you palm mute.
Okay, so that's the whole thing on loop.
All right, RGT for all. I'm going to turn you up and turn me down. I can sort of hear you. Whoa. It sounds like your guitar's not plugged in, though. I think I can kind of hear it. Are you using your webcam just with your guitar, like without any volume on it, like sort of like this, like? Is that what you're doing? Just the guitar? Oh, okay. I'm with you. I can kind of hear it. It's sort of close. Is there? Do you have a little like? Whoa, is that me? Oh, neighbors. Do you got like a, I don't know, a little mini amp or anything you could plug it into at all? If not, it's okay. We'll just work around it. But I think from what I can hear, it sounds like you've got the idea, which is a good thing. Let me listen to Mr. Ben Man. I'm going to turn me down. By golly, I think he's got it.
Golly, I think he's...
Damn your position shifts. But dude, I heard you play the whole thing the whole way through, so you've definitely got it. The position shifts make it a little bit difficult. Tell you what, try it with me again. Let's try 80 beats a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm looping it as well. Ah, I'm frozen. Crap. I'm restarting my cam. Check one. Checkity, check, check it, check, check. Am I back? All right, now, before we get into doing doubles on this, let's try single picking a little briskier. So here's 90. Tell me if this is too fast. So twice per position, okay? Here, 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 okay? And play it, go back to the first part. That, act like you didn't hear the doubles. Just ignore that. Totally ignore that. I thought my mic was off for that. Let's try this. Here we go. About like that. Let me know if that's too fast. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now is 90 too fast? Yes, doubles with economy is extra hard. Forget that I did that. Ignore that entirely. Act like that never even happened. Because that's not something we need to worry about right now. So, I'll tell you what, let's go the other way. Let's slow down a little bit to get a little better handle on this. Let's go to 75 beats a minute. That'll work. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going back to the first position to sort of resolve the whole thing. Now, of course, you could play this on just a loop, and it would be a really good way to work on your picking, right? Now, you could do something similar on the high strings, and I almost did. But actually, I don't want to get us too confused right now. I'll tell you what. How is this feeling at this speed? Is this feeling okay? Do you got a handle on this with the position changes and everything? Can you change position and loop it and go back, like from the down here? Can you go back to the starting position and still keep going? Let's play it on a loop once. Loop it once. So go play it twice, and then just go back to the first position, okay? And play it twice. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so that's working. Cool. That means it's demo time. Demo time. Ben, you want to give me the whole thing on a loop? Cool. Click on Ben, everyone. You got it? By golly, I think he's got it. I like it a lot. Starting to feel a little more comfortable, and your palm muting is very good. Well, I didn't hear it. It sounded okay. I'm sure there was maybe something that wasn't perfect, but you've got the vibe, and it's not an easy bit. So you're doing good. And the muting is key on this, right? Because if you don't mute this, you will get a lot of strange noise in there that you do not want. So your muting is very good. And that's part of why I wrote this like this. Like, look at Ben's hand. If you can see his hand in the screen here in the little window, that's exactly the hand position I'm hoping for. Is where the back of your right hand is sort of planted on your bridge like that, and you're actually articulating mostly with your fingers, right? That way your hand doesn't have to shift when you're playing, and you can do most of your stuff from basically from your finger and thumb, right? That way you can keep a really good mute and not have to lift up. If you shift with your whole hand, you'll find yourself creating string noise and having to lift up to get to a new spot. So the less you can lift your mute, the better. And that's something that takes a while to get used to. But now that you've got that, Ben, keep your palm mute there and play some scales, like play from root, like the low notes to the high notes, and try and keep your palm where it is. See what I'm saying? Now, it's not easy, but try and tilt and keep your fingers where they are, or get as many strings as you can in there. Being able to do that is a big part of being able to do really long runs and not have a bunch of extra string noise. But yes, that looks perfect. Have you been working on that? Because that's not easy to do, or is that just something that your hand has sort of come by just by playing this stuff that we do? Because either way, it looks good. And that's exactly what I was hoping to see. If your hands are still drifting a little bit, try to focus on getting almost a center strategy where you can find one spot and keep your hand there for most of the time. The less you shift, the better off you'll be. There'll be less string noise. You'll have tighter picking control over your mute. So that's a very good thing. Fizalfa, how are you feeling on this lick, my man? All right, everyone, click on the Fizalfa man. I think you've got it down. I think your drum machine's actually getting in your way. Hear how much slower mine is? I'm on like 75 beats a minute. And on these types of licks, sometimes turning it to one type of beat where it's not a drum and snare, just like a snare. That can make it a little easier. Sometimes the drum kit can actually throw you off just because of the bass snare. Sure thing, man. Yeah, slow it down a little bit. Here we go. You totally got it. The only thing that's throwing you off a little is making that jump. But I tell you what, forget about the jump for now. Just play it, just loop it at the first position until it's totally feeling okay, and then later on add the jump back in. So just stay at the first position. Do that until it feels perfectly smooth. Then move down. Then worry about moving it around the neck, because that can always happen. Once you've got it down in that first spot and it's real smooth, you can keep it on a loop. it'll get easier to move other places. All right, I tell you what. Let's go back to our first position and just think, not actually play it, but just think about double picking just for a second. So if we double picked this lick, it would be so every single note becomes a double strike, and every double note becomes 4. Now that makes a really good picking workout. Even at really slow speeds, it will totally work on your double picking. Ben wants to triple pick it, but that's what. Hold on, doubles first. First doubles. We got to walk before we can run. No, you can't quad pick it yet. No, that. Hold on. No 6-stop pull picking. No matter what, we're not picking this 6 times. I'm sorry, I can't. No. So just focus on the double. Okay, no problem, dude. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. We will see you next time. We're back here every Saturday. Here's a link, just in case. Double pick. It gets so much easier as you go. So much. Now, don't think you have to get it immediately. Give your brain a sec to sort of let it sink in. The first 6 notes. Right? Think of it in terms of just note chunks. The first 2, the first 4, the first 6. That's it. There you go. There you go. See, cake and pie. Let me listen in on Fazalfa. You're getting it, Fazalfa, man. You are getting it. Don't think you have to play it fast. Now, if the doubles are not working for you, don't beat yourself up over it. It's something worth working on. But Ben, I think you were starting to kind of get it. It was starting to make sense for your hands. Now, of course, when you move it around, it's going to get harder again every time you try and move to a different spot. Right? But man, I swear, we started doing the doubles. Half the class left. That was. I tell you what, maybe I better cut my losses on that one, and we'll just go ahead and move on to the next bit. You guys did real well on that. Take that as homework. Next up, something easy. Wow, one lick. It was like, headed for the exits. All right, here we go. So, this will be 405 Part F. So F, of course, is our fun lick. Now they will have wished they'd have stayed around. Now that we made it to the fun lick, now it's time for fun. The easy fun stuff. Prepare for fun. Fun is on the run. Here we go. You guys are killing it so far. All right. Here we go. Now, all I'm going to do here is basically sort of reverse gears in terms of the emphasis of the notes being picked. So it's the same pattern that we started with, it's just backwards. And look how simple that is. That is a simple pattern. It's got 3 notes in it. Everyone bailed before a 3-note pattern. What are they thinking? So let's slow this down. It's very much like example B, but we're just starting with a different note. You see where we're going? Instead of, we're just going, right? So it's basically just sort of flipping it upside down, right? Maybe I should have saved part E for dead last. But musically, it made sense. I actually probably should have saved it for dead last anyway. All right, hopefully this one will be a little easier on everyone. Okay? Okay. What do you think? Does that feel a little easier, hopefully? There you go.
There you go.
That's it.
That's it.
Look at him go. How about you, Fazalfa, man? There you go. You got it. Now, Mr. Ben was following it the rest of the way down the neck, which totally works, and doing our whole step, whole step, whole step, half step, down to... Right, now if this one's fairly simple, I'll tell you what. Let's see if this one works as a double pick. So instead of... It becomes... Okay. Now, if doubling is not working, forget it. Just play singles. So I tell you what, let's find a good speed. Let's go up to 80. Okay, let's try that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm just looping it back up to the first position. Okay? Now, if we wanted to double that, now doubling that at 80 beats a minute is pretty darn brisk. So don't think that's normal, because it's not. Actually, even single picking that is probably fine at that speed. How is it feeling? Let me listen in a little bit. It's not normal. I'm using the witchcraft guitar. It's from the devil. That's why all the frets are twisted, right? It's Satan's guitar. It's got twisted frets and an upside down neck. It's from hell. But you guys are totally killing it. I mean, these are not easy bits, and everyone's keeping up, which is great. Greg H., how are you doing, my man? Haven't heard from you. Cool. How's it feeling, man? Are these working for you? Cool. Now all these make a pretty cool backing sort of thing. So if you want something to solo over, even playing the single pick versions, just record that and you can solo over it in D, and it'll sound pretty cool. But let me listen into Fazalfa a bit. By golly, I think he's getting it. What about you, Ben, man? Is it the witchcraft? The witchcraft? Nicely done. See how easy this stuff is? So simple. Now, what I want you to try and do, and this is just sort of an improv exercise, I want you to try and flip where you're putting the accents, okay? So try and go through one time and go... But then another time, go... Maybe even switch them up each time. Right? So basically doing what we did for part B and then doing what we did just now. Because the only difference is either going or... So they can switch back and forth, right? See if you could change sort of midway down. Like play the first one and then go the other direction. And single picking it is fine. But see if you can do it without your, totally getting sort of freaky on it. Keep it slow and simple. That's difficult. A little. Just a little. But it will sort of force your hand to adapt to the accents, right? In the middle of a flow, right? So it's almost like a proggy degent thing where you might change literally in the middle of a rhythm. You might change the direction of a polyrhythm. You're permanently stuck in that accent pattern now. You can do it. Now I've burned it into your brain so much it won't go the other way. Look at the tablature for part B. And it'll make more sense. Because one of them is... And one of them is... Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm going to throw one more easy piece of very delicate thunder up there and see what you think. Try and go back and forth on those. So look at part B and then the part we just played, and I'm going to throw another log on the fire just to keep it easy. Okay, this will be part G. And as you know, if we make it to G, G's always easy, right? Very easy. So G is for, gosh, this is easy. You know? But I must give you two guys props. Actually, three guys. I can't see Greg, but I know you're still there. Hustling, working on it, earning it. So I must give you three props. Because this has been one of our more less than easy bits that we've done. Just by a little. Tell me honestly, how difficult was this to have? Did I totally go over the line here, or is it just a little over? Just a little over is okay, but I don't want to leap over the line and be like, God, this is impossible. What the hell? Shouldn't be too crazy. All right. So here's part G. So I thought it'd be fun. Actually, I was going to save this till next time, but I thought it'd be fun to do a little Celtic-y bagpipe thing after doing all this sort of monotony craziness that we've been doing. Singles are pretty good. Gotcha. All right, sleeping on my chair. Now I'm with you. So, sort of an arpeggio-y thing, but it's straight up and down. There's no There's none of that. Okay. Now, you'll notice that I've built this arpeggio out of the shape that we played for one of our more difficult bits. It's the same finger shape. Do you recognize the finger shape from... I just made it into an arpeggio. Okay? So it's the same pattern, basically, just playing it in a different way. You see where I'm going? Now, since it's the same thing in each position, hopefully not too crazy. Let's slow down. Okay. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I'm barring this, so you can use the first 3 strings barred if you mute them. So I'm barring them the whole time. I'm not even lifting up. As long as your mute is good, it's okay. I'm just keeping them barred so I don't have to move. Now, just like the others, if you double pick this, it gets a lot more difficult. But Ben said he wanted to do that demo, so I won't rob him of that. Which he could probably do right now. Nicely. There he goes. There he goes. Cake and pie. Cake and pie. Nicely done. Nicely done. Now, I will save example H for our next meeting, because we've probably done 2 lessons worth of stuff in one day. So that's plenty for one day. So you guys totally did real well on this stuff, because some of it was not easy, especially about the halfway mark when everyone else got bailed. So yeah, take these licks home, especially the weird ones, and see if you can get into double picking them, because it'll be killer practice for your picking. Okay? So double pick your brains out this week, and we will meet again next week and try again. And I will bring the guitar from hell, if I still have it, because they want this one back because it's a prototype. But I told them, you can't have it. No. But we'll see. Hopefully they won't take it from me. Rip it from my cold, dead hands. Thanks for staying, guys. I seriously appreciate it. Chain me to it. I'll see you guys next Saturday. Until then, practice. See ya.